Streaming only on Peacock.
John Wayne Gacy is suspected of having killed as many as 32.
Straight from the killer's mouth.
They want you to believe that I alone committed these murders.
The new gripping 6-part documentary series that investigates the crimes that shocked the nation.
The thing everybody thought they knew wasn't the whole story.
John Wayne Gacy, Devil in Disguise. All episodes streaming now.
Devil in disguise.
Only on Peacock. This is Peacock. I love it! It's streaming your favorite shows, movies, live sports, breaking news, exclusive originals. It's The Office.
That's what she said.
Chrisley Knows Best.
It's gonna be Todd's Way or the Highway.
And Peacock original shows like Punky Brewster.
Holy macanoli.
So whether you're in the mood for every live WWE pay-per-view or every episode of Law & Order SVU, Peacock's got you covered. Peacock. Watch for free, upgrade for more. Stream now at peacocktv.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jeffrey Epstein Show. I'm your host, Bobbycapucci, and this is a morning update. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the program. We're going to jump right in this morning, and we're going to talk about Congress and their lack of action thus far in regards to Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, sure, we've had some pretty speeches. We've had some whinging from people like Ben Sass. But there's never any action to back up all of these pretty words. There's never no hearings, subpoenas, dog and pony show like they did for baseball or for any other ridiculous subject you want to enter. We haven't seen any of that. In fact, Congress, for the most part, has been sitting on their hands. Now, I understand that we can't expect Congress to be the arbiter of truth here, considering they have their own slush fund that they dip into to protect themselves from sexual assault allegations anyway. So how are we supposed to count on these people to do the right thing when it's obvious some of their very own colleagues are fellow travelers? Again, the whole entire thing is broken. And when I say thing, that encompasses all of it. The Bureau of Prisons, the justice system, hell, all of it. And these people aren't interested in fixing it. They're not interested in instilling confidence in you that these institutions are doing what they're supposed to do. They're interested in winning elections. They're interested in consolidating their power. And they're interested in destroying their political rivals. Your life is way down on the list, my friends. I'm sorry to break it to you. And the fact that we're still here after Epstein's death, and there's nothing going on in Congress. The guy died in the custody of the United States government. And still, no gigantic inquiry, nothing. Oh, we got some lip service, there's no doubt. And Ben Sass has been pumping his gums for quite some time. But are you really that ineffectual as a senator? That you can pump your gums like that, but you can't make anything happen? You can't call for an inquiry? You can't put together an investigative body to take a look at this? So please, miss me with all of the pretty words and the promises and all the other BS. It's time for action. This article is from ABC News. Headline: Congress could soon get answers about Epstein's suicide, alleged suicide. I will absolutely follow up, said BOP director at a Thursday hearing. This article was authored by Luke Barr. Congress could soon get answers as to how financier, pedophile, Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide, allegedly, in Bureau of Prisons custody in August of 2019. According to testimony given by BOP, Bureau of Prisons Director, Michael Carvajal at a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing on Thursday. Oh, wow. Well, I mean, that's very nice of you, Mr. Carbajal. Nice of you to let the rest of us in on the secret. I mean, I thought we lived in a transparent society. I mean, isn't that what they pump you all day when you're a kid? Oh, yeah, freedom, transparent society. The system's there to work for you. Meanwhile, none of that shit is true. Knowing they should have been teaching you about economics and the pitfalls of credit. Nobody teaches you that shit, though, do you? Do they? Epstein died while being held at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Manhattan. And almost 2 years after his death, the BOP has not yet provided the customary report about the circumstances surrounding his death. Yeah, nothing weird here, folks. No report furnished, body moved before pictures were taken, camera not pointed at the cell, video disappears, putting him in a jail cell with Nicholas Tartaglione. No, all of that stuff is just standard operating procedure. And anyone who thinks differently is a conspiracy theorist. Are these people for real with the narrative they're trying to push? Is it just me that it's falling flat on? Or you as well? Because this is an absolute joke. All this time since this guy's death, and still, nothing. 2 Metropolitan Correctional Center officers were charged in November 2019 with destroying evidence in connection with Epstein's suicide. They have both pleaded not guilty. Oh, well. I think the most glaring point out of that is the fact that they're the only 2 people charged at this point. You mean to tell me in this whole entire vast conspiracy that only these 2 guards are charged? Well, Ghislaine now as well. But only these 2 guards were charged at the jail, not their boss, not the supervisor, not the head honcho, just the 2 lowly people on the totem pole, right? Now, don't get it twisted. They should be fired, and if they did something criminal, they should be prosecuted. But that's where the buck should stop? Why are we always so interested in just getting the low-level people? That's not how this is supposed to work. The people at the top that are making these decisions, that are reaping the rewards of these huge salaries, on our dime, by the way, need to be held responsible for what occurs at their facilities, point blank, period. Now, obviously, you can't hold the staff responsible for everybody who gets into a fight or gets hurt. That's unreasonable. But in a situation like this, with a high-profile inmate like Jeffrey Epstein, this is inexcusable. This is the type of shit that happens in some desert prison in some terrorist-held country. It's not supposed to happen in the United States of America. How do you think anyone's supposed to have confidence in what's going on in the system in general? When a guy like Jeffrey Epstein is getting clipped in prison, there's something severely wrong. And there needs to be a fix, and we have not seen that yet. During the hearing, Carbajal told Senator Ben Sasse, Republican from Nebraska, there was no case that represents a crisis of public trust more than Epstein's suicide, allegedly. And I agree with that. This is the type of thing that shakes public trust to the very core. If you can't protect the most vulnerable people amongst us, then what exactly is your purpose? If you can't do your job, get out of the way and let's put somebody in there that can. I'm tired of all the lip service. I want results. And if these people are being put in these roles to protect society and to further justice, and these senators and Congress people are supposed to be there for oversight, and none of it's working. It's all political theater. Every time somebody goes up in front of Congress, it's just a bunch of jawed lip service. Unless, of course, they're looking for political hatchet jobs. Then it's all hands on deck, right? Oh, we can ruin somebody's political career here and score some points for our tribe at the same time. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely, positively ridiculous how hollow Congress and the Senate has become. All they do is waste time. Given Epstein's high profile for being a well-known financier, pedophile, charged with sex trafficking of minors, his suicide, allegedly, led to serious questions over how he could have been allowed to take his life while in BOP custody. Yeah, no shit. That's because nobody believes that he was allowed to take his life, okay? Oh, I'm sure some people do. Let me rephrase that. I am sure that there are some people out there that totally buy the narrative. There's always those people that go along with those in authority, right? Oh, well, these are the authorities. They know best. All right, hey, if that's the way you want to live your life, great. But me? There's no putting back into Pandora's box what is spilled out. There's no trust. I don't have any confidence in the authorities at this point. Are you kidding me? What have they done to instill confidence in any of us? Not a thing. They haven't done a damn thing. So, of course, this is a gigantic crisis of public trust. The Department of Justice Inspector General has been investigating the circumstances surrounding Epstein's suicide. Oh, well, we can all rest assured now that everything's going to come out tippy-top. Another internal investigation. And this is the king of them, right? By the Inspector General. Mr. I don't even have the power to put people in jail. So this is the guy who's investigating, huh? He can only recommend charges to the Department of Justice. And if good old Merrick Garland is showing us anything so far, it's meet the new boss, same as the old boss. What do we got? Bill Barr 2.0 here, folks? Another retread through Washington, D.C.? Give me a break with all of these has-beens, all of these people that have been around D.C. lurking for all of these years. Bitch, these people are part of the problem. They're why we're where we're at. But yet we continue to keep bringing the same knuckleheads in. It's just mind-boggling to me. And then people will defend it, right? And try and gaslight you about it. Oh, well, see, what had happened here was... Man, shut up. Actions speak louder than words. Carvajal said prior to Thursday's hearing, he had his deputy director call the DOJ Inspector General, who said the investigation is on hold until the June trial of 2 corrections officers takes place. It's so stupid. So those low-level guards who fell asleep at the wheel are holding up the whole entire case, huh? They're holding up everything. That's your justice system at work, folks. Let's grind the gears. Let's slow it down. Let's wait for the people to forget, and then we can shelf this shit and protect our peeps like usual. I'm so tired of these people getting away with every single absurd crime you can possibly imagine. Carvajal said it would be inappropriate to discuss the circumstances surrounding Epstein's death before the trial, and while the Inspector General has paused the investigation. In other words, he didn't tell him bupkis, not a thing, not a word, nothing. Showed up there because he had to, and then ran circles around our inept senators. Yeah, I'm looking at you, bitch-ass Ben Sass. What have you actually done besides run your gums, flap your lips? You haven't done anything since you've been in the Senate. You and Sherrod Brown are neck and neck right now for the biggest bloviators. Here's what I will commit to. That after that investigation is over and all these things have been appropriately done, I will absolutely follow up with you on anything regarding what we could do better or different, he said. Oh, well, now you want to follow up, huh? Once the investigation's over. Oh, what do you mean the investigation that you never started correctly in the first place? You know, the crime scene? How it was tainted? Yeah, probably not a good idea. Where's the body cam footage of the officers going into that cell? Where's any footage of the officers going into that cell? But of course, Congress and the Senate, they'll let these guys off easy. There's no doubt. They won't pepper them with the hard questions, and they won't really go after the situation. They'll give you lip service so that they can go back to their districts and to their voter base and say, "Oh, look, I did something. I'm a part of the solution, not a part of the problem." Meanwhile, how many other Epsteins are still running around on their watch? I don't think it'd be appropriate for me to get into any of that right now, so it's under litigation. I've been advised not to speak about it. Of course, that's what's going to happen, right? That's what they always do. They always have like some side investigation going on at the same time, so they can fall back on that. Well, there's an investigation currently occurring, so we can't really go into detail on that matter. So transparent. What are you guys trying to hide? All this time later, and we haven't seen nothing, nada, zilch. And neither has Congress. Sass also asked about Epstein's associate, Ghislaine Maxwell's safety in federal prison. Maxwell was arrested by federal authorities last year in New Hampshire and is facing a 6-count federal indictment alleging that she conspired with Epstein in a multi-sex trafficking scheme involving 3 unnamed minors between 1994 and 1997. Has this guy not been following the case? There's more to it than that. 94 to 97? I mean, this is ABC News, folks, and you wonder why we have to slide into the day and talk about the stuff. It's unbelievable that they can't get their shit together in a place like ABC. How much money do you think this outlet is wasting on other stupid investigations right now? Remember, also, ABC is the home of Amy Robach. Prosecutors contend Maxwell not only befriended and later enticed and groomed multiple minor girls to engage in sex acts with Epstein through a variety of means and methods, but that she was also, at times, present for and involved in the abuse herself. Yeah, well, we know that those allegations are there. Those allegations are certainly there, and she's going to have to answer for those allegations come trial time. Carvajal did not discuss her circumstances in prison, but said her relationship to the case has no bearing on the BOP's duty to keep her safe. We are going to apply the appropriate security that we think we need to protect that individual, protect the staff, protect everyone. And we do that individually assessing these cases, he said. Oh, that's pretty much standard operating procedure in prison, right? They take it on a case-by-case basis. If you're somebody who is at risk, then you'll be moved to protective custody more times than not. So with Ghislaine Maxwell, as of right now, they're crying that she's in basically solitary confinement according to them. But if she hits the yard, watch how quickly those cries increase about the fact that she's exposed to the general public. They want it both ways here. And no matter how the prosecutors went about this, Maxwell's team would have cried about the circumstances. Maxwell was given paper clothes upon checking into the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn last year over fears that she might take her own life. 2 federal law enforcement sources confirmed to ABC News. See how he try to make it official there? 2 federal law enforcement sources confirmed to ABC News. Breaking news, pal. Common knowledge. Nobody needs to confirm that to you, okay? Your unnamed sources. Such a joke. The legacy media is an absolute joke with their unnamed sources. Put a name to it, homie. What's up with the unnamed sources all the time? Carvajal said the BOP has learned from the Epstein incident. The answer is we learned lessons from that, and we have made adjustments. It's not just appropriate for me to discuss them, Carvajal said. Yeah, believe me. Just trust me. We made some changes. Things are going to be different around here from now on. But we're on the honor system. Scout's honor. I need you to trust me. Well, the problem is, Mr. Carvajal, all the trust is gone. Nobody trusts the Bureau of Prisons. Nobody trusts the federal government. And unfortunately, Mr. Carvajal, until you bring something to the table, I don't trust you either. If you'd like to contact me, you can do that at Bobbycapucci at protonmail.com. That's BOBBYCAPUCCI at protonmail.com. You can also find me on Twitter at BOBBY_CAPUCCI. All of the links that go with this episode can be found in the description box. All right, folks, I'll be back later on, and we'll pick up where we left off.
Streaming only on Peacock.
John Wayne Gacy killed 32.
Straight from the killer's mouth.
They want you to believe that I alone committed these murders.
The new gripping 6-part documentary series, John Wayne Gacy, Devil in Disguise. All episodes streaming now, only on Peacock. Peacock is streaming your favorite shows, movies, live sports, breaking news, exclusive originals, and every live WWE pay-per-view. It's The Office, Chris Lee Knows Best, and Peacock original shows like Punky Brewster. Peacock, watch for free, upgrade for more. Stream now at peacocktv.com.